Everyone. Today I called this presser here because the Federation of Non-Governmental Organizations would like to clarify issues which we think are very important. The Human Rights Commission and its former chairman, Ms. Jessie Majome, gave information to the public where they alleged that there were people who were being manipulated. They also alleged that there were people who were carrying whips, who were beating up people, who were intimidating people. As far as we are concerned, all these are lies. Secondly, there are some half-truths that she gave in her statements. Thirdly, there are other fabrications. These fabrications are similar. The Zimbabwe Human Rights Commission cannot purport to be implementing the Constitution of Zimbabwe when itself is not observing the very supreme law of the country. Zimbabwe, that are inside what they say happened or is happening to this constitution-making process, is the same as what Majome says, the lies that are there. And she then seeks to make them legal by saying they are coming from the Zimbabwe Human Rights Commission. The act that makes the Zimbabwe human rights is very clear. If a commissioner or if a commission acts on findings, who were the people who were investigating them? We have also asked them to tell us whether they are properly constituted in terms of the law to claim that they are a commission, because the commission is not individuals. It is the 9 commissioners together, and the president has not appointed 6 of them as yet. They have vacancies. So we are going to be approaching the court to ask the High Court to cancel that report that she said. And we will also at the same time go to the police and tell them to investigate the Zimbabwe Human Rights Commission to see whether they have not broken the rules that are there. Now, that is as far as the Zimbabwe Human Rights is concerned. We are also wondering, when that the people from the party that whether she's still there, we don't know, are saying they want to go to court so that they challenge that reassignment. We want to make it very clear. We are not going to allow anybody to continue abusing the president of this country. We are not going to allow people who smoked a bit of hemp or weed to wake up and say we are going to go to court and sue the president. We will intervene as the Federation of Non-Governmental Organization so that we can protect the integrity of the office of our president. Now, one of the reasons why we are taking this extraordinary step is that we must allow white people like Colton and Doug Colton, they must be given the right to speak as if they are more superior to other Zimbabweans. ZANU-PF members wanted to speak, we were not allowed to speak. ZANU-PF members observed thugs that were brought in by this organization that is aligned to the opposition through their chairman, which is composed of nothing but lies, fabrications, and half-truths. Now, talking about the commission, the Federation of Non-Governmental Organizations is urging people, those who are dissatisfied in any way, to write letters to the commission, to Parliament. The Parliament has asked people, if you couldn't speak on that day, go to Parliament, write a letter. Opposition members of Parliament will read your letters. Just like if the commission saw people being whipped as they alleged, they would have told the members of the opposition, the members of Parliament, they would have called the police to do that, but they didn't. But we have a right to ask. And one case that I want to bring to the attention of the people is that there was a time when people were not elected by Parliament. People were defeated in an election, became Prime Minister and ministers of the government of national unity. That decision to put those people was not referred to the people, because they rejected MDC, but Changirai became the Prime Minister. It was done in Parliament. It was done in Parliament because in Parliament that's where the representatives of the people are. The people of Zimbabwe can elect a president, but the people of Zimbabwe, in their majority, cannot remove the president without parliamentary control. Because in this democracy, everything happens in parliament. Whatever arrangements we make outside parliament, and if you want to change it, we must make law. The only people who can make law is elected by the people. The other point that I want to make is that there are many times when Mugabe changed the cycle of elections. Cancelled elections, he's got the power, yet the power to do is to change what is not prohibited in the constitution, to change the cycle of elections. Like they make laws about traffic, they can also make laws about how we vote, they can make change any law, they have that power. And nowhere do they say they are extending the term of the president by another term. They are not. But they have a right, a sovereign right, on behalf of the people of this country to make law. And if any Zimbabweans don't like the law that has been made by this parliament, the democratic way of doing things is that you go and campaign, you win the elections, get a majority of members of parliament, and you change the law. The answer is not in you to say we are going to demonstrate like we are being told by Mr. Iti. He even says we are prepared to die. Prepared to die for what? If they are a popular party, if they have MPs, they win the next elections, they can change the constitution and take it back to what it is. But this confirms what all of us have known. If you go on YouTube, you see me telling Ostalos 3 years ago that this is a regime change constitution. That's why they are defending it. What Coulthard, Doug, and David could not get from the people of Zimbabwe, they are hoping to use the constitution to remove ZANU-PF leaders who are strong. Because Mnangagwa is very popular, he's a populist, his programs are giving real wealth to the people of this country, and that he is a better president than other presidents of they had in this country. So they think because of that, they must find a way of removing him. It's democratic for ZANU-PF members to talk about changing the constitution. And they can do that through their members of parliament because they got a majority. It's not our fault that Tendai Biti was removed by a white man called Makam, because the people in leadership wanted to remove him. And because of that, he thinks he can come back to power by telling the people of Zimbabwe lies about what we are doing. Lastly, we are not extending anybody's term of office. What we are doing here is within the constitution, we are simply changing the cycle of elections. That is why we are saying 2030 and not up to 2033 or 2035. So it was important for me to be telling the police to ask them to investigate, to find out who wrote. Because there are similarities between the stuff that Tendai Biti's organization is saying and what she's saying. In fact, we are being told by people there that the day before the press conference, 2 cars went there with about 5 lawyers from the opposition. I don't know who they went to speak to. That's all I want to say. From Herald here? Anybody from Daily News? Anybody from Daily News? From Newsday? Yes. Newsday. And Newsday. That's the letter that was written. We're explaining the legal basis in which we are going to approach. We are going to approach the reports. We are going to want to cancel whatever was put in that thing because it is lies. There's no truth in it. And also, I would like to take this opportunity to make a statement. Those people who smoke something and you take our president to court, those people who, after smoking something, they take our president to court. The Federation of Non-Governmental Organizations in that court will ask the police to investigate you for stealing the body that represents war veterans here. He said, we are going to do that. And if anybody I want to tell you now, in the ZANU Politburo, there's nobody called Lieutenant General Winston Sigauke Mapranga. There's nobody in the ZANU Politburo. Now they've created a person whom they are alleging the Lieutenant General to tell lies that he's against 2030. All those people who are making those things, make sure you never find out who you are, because we'll take you on. If those our members who are members of ZANU-PF, it is a constitutional obligation for ZANU-PF members to protect the ZANU-PF, protect the people of this country, because they fought for it and liberated it. Are you not all surprised? Why are you not asking these people? But why is it that when Matibela speaks, you see him along with two other people there? When Mahia speaks, you see him with hundreds of war veterans. When are you going to ask them there that if you say you're a war veterans leader, how come you always speak with two people? Mahia speaks with hundreds of war veterans. You've seen it. Because those are the genuine war veterans here. And when anybody says, I am talking on behalf of war veterans, you must ask them, where are they? Show us who they are. We asked, we gaze ourselves. You are lying to the people that you are hiding in some barracks here. In the meantime, he was hiding in South Africa. And the people who are promoting him are the same people who are in this constitutional of anti-9/18 campaign. They want to get what they did not get from an election, using this election for regime change, and doing that to get dollar funding. We will not allow that. We will expose them like we are doing now. 2030, if anybody is not happy, the democratic way for them to do is to go to court for the demonstration, for anything that people lose. We are going to be asking the government, lobbying the government to pass that law. Okay, thank you very much. Yes?
Yeah, I want to ask you that are you speaking as a volunteer member or as a leader of FONGO? Also that if I represent FONGO, where are the other members? You seem to be when it's a federation of NGOs, where are the other?
This Secretary General.
Are you not repeating what you are accusing Majome of doing?
Okay. First of all, this is a federation. I'm the chief spokesperson of the federation, of those affiliate organizations. He's the Secretary General of one of those affiliate organizations. It's mentioned here. But I'm authorized by the executive of FONGO, Federation of Non-Governmental Organizations, to speak. Majome must prove it to lie. In our organization, there are people who belong to political parties. I personally myself am a member of ZANU-PF, but I'm a non-state actor. I don't hold a position in ZANU-PF. And we say anybody who's in a non-governmental organization, they are free to be members of any political party. But we don't want people to think, if you say, I'm an NGO, when you start working for the MDC once you are there, and then, but you are shy to say that I'm a member of anything. I am a member of ZANU-PF. I support ZANU-PF policies, but I'm a non-state actor. Non-state actor means that I don't work for ZANU-PF, I don't hold a position in ZANU-PF, but I'm a card-carrying member of ZANU-PF, and I'm proud to be one. And when I see a good leader in Emerson Mnangagwa, I'm free to support him completely. When I see regime change tactics being used and the constitution being used, we have to call them out. This constitution is a regime change constitution. It was paid for by Sweden, and we have the right as Zimbabwe to change it if we want to.
Did you also investigate that the law people who are asked to come to the consultation process?
Yeah, first of all, I don't want to talk about something where I was not. But if anybody was harassed, and you know who harassed, you go to report to the police.
I'm saying you said there was no one who was harassed.
That I saw.
Did you investigate it also said?
No, it's not our job to investigate. So, it is the job of the Zimbabwe Human Rights Commission. If they know people, if they are told the facts, they must investigate. That's their job. I am telling you that I never saw, we never witnessed it. And I've not spoken to anybody who said that they were harassed. I've not spoken. But I saw on television many people attacking constitutional cap 3. I saw it, saying they don't support it. I saw it on television. I saw some people saying they support it. But I must tell you also, you are free to write a letter in what you think about cap 3 to Parliament. It's still open. And opposition members of Parliament from CCC and MDC are members of that thing, and they were present in all meetings. And they would see they are going to make the same allegations in Parliament. Because there was no violence. The fact that ZANU-PF is the only mass party that's in this country, and that CCC has no mass party, and that CCC members are busy fighting among themselves, and they couldn't lobby that people to come, that's their business. Yes.
You said there's no commission at the Zimbabwe Human Rights Commission now, and later on you said you have returned to the Zimbabwe Human Rights Commission. Where did you write your letter to?
To the executive secretary of Zimbabwe Human Rights, is a full-time employee of the commission. We have written to him. We are telling him that we want the minutes in terms of IPA. We are going to make a High Court application tomorrow morning to say that we want the meeting where the commission met and discussed those things. We know that because we know 6 commissioners are not there, so we know that ourselves. But we've written to them to say we want them to officialize it, and they are going to respond to us and tell us whether there are 9 commissioners appointed by this president who took a decision to say what Majome said.
So does it classify a criminal matter if you report to the police, even if you say maybe Majome on your own? Is it a criminal matter for the police or for the president?
The act is very clear, because the Constitutive Act of the Human Rights Commission. We have a meeting of the Human Rights Commission, there must be 5. There don't have to be 9, there must be 5. And I'm telling you that there are no 5 commissioners right now.
But my question is it a criminal matter or is it a procedural issue?
I'll tell you.
Is it for the police or is it for the appointing authority?
No, it says here, a commissioner who contravenes subsection 2 shall be guilty of an offence and liable to a fine not exceeding level 6, or to imprisonment for a period not exceeding 1 year, or to both such fine and such imprisonment. That is, if you go against what the Act says, that there is no commission meeting unless there are 5 commissioners. The police can investigate this punishment. That is the law. So we are right.
Takes president to the courts.
It's our right.
Exactly.
It's our right.
Then are you saying the president can't defend himself?
No. A joinder only means we are an interested party, and we are an interested party because the elected president was elected. Our president, all of us. So if we see people are trying to make frivolous court applications, and they are lying, they are telling the truth, there will be no reason for us to join. Yes, no, we don't prosecute ourselves. We don't arrest. I say we will report you to the police. They will investigate and say you are lying, that you are a leader. You committed perjury because you said it under oath. Do you understand? It's not up to us. We are not going to allow people to take the president whenever they smoke something. They are high. They say, "Yeah, I'm taking the president to court." They want to become popular by taking the president to court, and they will be lying in the process. We are simply saying, if you want to sue the president, make sure that you are correct. If you don't like what they are doing, what the government is doing, they pass a law you don't like, you form your own party, you campaign, get a majority, and change it in Parliament. That's the democratic way. In America, President Trump was saying that he wants a 3rd term. In America, people don't vote. Unfortunately for them, there's a president who's coming from America, so they are not being funded by US aid anymore. They are poor because of that. Yes.
Maybe lastly, several opposition activists are alleging that one of the clauses in the amendment bill seeks to
what we want to do. It is the democratic right of Zimbabwe, ZANU-PF members, to ask for anything because that's what they want. And only people who have a majority in Parliament